What's up guys, it's FC and I'm bringing you guys another tips and tricks video. Today we're going to be looking at the American made Commando Assault Rifle. Unlocked at level 44, it's the second to last assault rifle that you're going to unlock besides the G11. And on the screen you're going to see the breakdown of the specifications for the Commando. It's going to be a 40-30 damage, meaning that it's going to be a 3-shot at close range and a 4-shot at medium to long range. And now a lot of people have been asking me about the red and green lines. The green line only indicates when it's silenced. You're going to see that the range gets dropped down for the damage. So when you have a silencer on, all you do is you're losing range on it. Reload time on this weapon is going to be 2 seconds when there's still ammo in the magazine, and 2.5 seconds when it's a complete dry magazine, meaning that there's no ammo left. Recoil is going to be a 60-60-60-30 split, meaning that it's not going to favor anything, but it's going to recoil either up, right, or left. There's no favorite side, so it's not going to recoil diagonally right or anything like that. It's going to recoil randomly, but it's going to go left, right, or up, never down. Now, moving on to the tips and tricks portion of this game. First, we're going to look at is perks. Now, for this game, I used Ghost Pro, Sleight of Hand Pro, and Marathon. Now the reason I was using those specific perks is that I wanted to run a little bit more stealthy in the sense that I did not want to be seen on the radar. But I made the mistake because I have a notoriously bad shot. Now because of that, I should have been running Scavenger. Why? Because when you have a bad shot or bad accuracy, you're going to see that you're going to be running out of bullets much quicker on your weapons because it's going to take more bullets to take enemies down. So that's where I lead to my first tip. Make sure that you guys select the correct first perk for the style of gameplay or the style of shot that you have. If you have a bad shot, it's crucial that you select something like Scavenger so that you can go ahead and replenish all your ammo that you're going to be losing by missing shots. I did not do that in this instance, but what I ended up doing was picking up a secondary weapon. That's another thing you can do. If you have a bad shot, you could also pick up a secondary weapon, but make sure that you pick it up quick enough so that you don't get caught in between shots or in between switching weapons, because for some reason in this game it does take a little bit longer to pick up weapons. So make sure that you have a priority to pick up a secondary weapon. As you can see, when I first started the game, I ran out of ammo so quick that after I got to my 5th kill streak, I was pretty much out of ammo with the Commando and had to go ahead and pick up the Galil that I ended up picking up. So make sure that you guys are selecting the correct first perk for what it is that you do. If you have a nice shot, you see yourself not as I could say, missing too many bullets, then you can go ahead and run with something like a Ghost, a Hardline, a Flak Jacket, depending on the game type that you're playing. If you're playing Headquarters, Flak Jacket might work. If you're playing Domination, you might want to run Hardline or Ghost. So make sure that you, again guys, that first perk is definitely the correct one for you. Second tip that I want to go ahead and move on to is the tip that I'm always going to give with all the weapons that are in Black Ops. You want to go ahead and burst fire all weapons. Burst firing is just because of the recoil that has been added for the weaponry in Black Ops. All weapons have some sort of recoil, and because of it, holding down the trigger like you would in Modern Warfare 2 with like an ACR, it's just not going to cut it. The guns are going to run away from you, and you are going to end up losing gunfights. So make sure that you're burst firing your weapons. This is very important when you're doing it at distances, as accuracy at distance is much, it's very bad when you hold the trigger down. So burst firing at distance will always give you the best accuracy. As you can see, guys, accuracy with this weapon is going to be a crucial element. If you have bad accuracy, you could still survive, but again, like I said, you're going to have to, make do with Scavenger and lose another perk. Moving on. The preferred engagement for this weapon is going to be medium range. Although this weapon, you can pretty much survive in a close combat situation. Most of the time, though, you're going to lose when you go up against something like a Famas or a Acog or any of the submachine guns. Why? Because the rate of fire on the Commando is much slower than something like the Acog and the Famas. Those guns have much higher rate of fires, and because of that, are going to outgun you at close range. So make sure that you keep your engagements at a medium distance, and make sure that you burst fire at that medium distance. If you are in a situation where you have to go close quarters, again, if it's super close quarters, I recommend that you hip fire it. The hip fire accuracy on this gun is not too bad. It is not as bad as, say, the Enfield, which I believe has the worst hip fire accuracy out of all the assault rifles. But again, preferred engagement with this weapon is going to be at medium range. Now, as you can see in the gameplay that I'm playing, if you do have a decent shot, as you can see, I started getting on my shot, you can work yourself up all the way up to an 11 kill streak like I just did. But again, accuracy is going to be the main issue with something like this. Now let's talk about attachments. Attachments with this weapon, I prefer to run some sort of sight. The reason being is that I do not like the iron sights that come on this weapon. It is a little bit like the M16 iron sights, and I've never been a big fan of the M16 iron sights. So that leaves me with either the red dot sight, the reflex sight, or the Acog. Now, I do not like running the Acog on any of my weapons, but some people do prefer the Acog. As of late, though, I have been running more of a reflex sight because I feel like the reflex sight adds less recoil than the red dot sight. There are, arguments saying that it doesn't matter, that they both add recoil, that the recoil is, the reflex is no, there shouldn't be any preference. But I just personally feel like the reflex is a better fit for this weapon, and I feel like I control the recoil from the reflex sight much better than with the red dot sight. But again, that's personal preference. Another good attachment would be something like extended mags or a silencer on this weapon. It does carry 30 bullets in its magazine, so it's a normal size magazine. So if you do want to run something like extended mags, you can go ahead and do so. Dual mags, that's good for that extra ammo. And the silencer, of course, I've seen people run it with a sight and a silencer, meaning that they run that Warlord perk, which is another good perk for that number 2. That's the beauty of having, Black Ops. The balance in the second perks is really good, meaning that there's no specific perk that you don't need to. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut off the rest of this match because it just ended up being them rage quitting. So let's do a quick recap as to what we went over. Burst firing, guys, it's always important. Medium range firefights, accuracy is crucial, and if you have bad accuracy, make sure that you have a backup plan by either picking up a weapon or attaching scavenger. And if you guys want to know the final score of that game, I went 40-3. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Till next time, later.